Tyrone Bowman live. For those of you that have subscribed to the channel, thank you for subscribing. I hope many more will continue to subscribe. We're on our journey to reach that 1,000 mark on YouTube. We're halfway there. I think we're at 710 subscribers. And you know what? With your support, we're going to get there. Those who like me, those who love me, and even those who hate me. You know what? I often tell people, subscribe to this channel, whether you like me or not. The bottom line is, everything that I'm talking about is factual. It's not something that's made up. I actually take the time to do the research, read the articles, and I give you citations as to where I'm getting my information from. So follow me here on YouTube. Help us to get to the 1,000 mark, all right? I found an interesting article. Believe it or not, the support for Harris among Republicans is growing every single day. They are angry with Donald Trump. I found an article in the NPR, written in NPR or National Public Radio. Republicans for Harris want conservatives to vote Democrat in 2024 to topple Trump. In its first virtual rally, Republicans for Harris encouraged fellow conservatives to vote for Democrats, Vice President Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz over former President Donald Trump. So it seems like there is a lot of dissatisfaction among even Republicans in MAGA. According to NPR, quote, prominent Republicans who are supporting Vice President Harris are urging fellow members of their party to back the Democratic ticket over former President Trump. During a meeting billed as an online rally for, quote, Republicans for Harris, close quote, former elected officials and party leaders made a case for supporting Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Former Representative Denver Riggleman, once a member of the conservative House Freedom Caucus, was an advisor to the House committee that investigated the January 6th insurrection. He described Trump as a, quote, introvert, liar, and a conspiracy theorist. Wow. That's a whole lot coming from somebody within the ranks of the Republican Party. He described former President Donald Trump as an initerate liar, close quote, and a, quote, conspiracy theorist, close quote. When you see the data and you see the awful things I've seen, you see the command and control infrastructure of January 6th. There's no way as a Republican that I could vote for anybody who's anti-constitution, Riggleman said, quote, close quote. Several participants in the Republicans for Harris call said that while they don't agree with all of Harris's policies, they believe Trump would endanger American democracy. When the Harris team wins and prevents the sudden death of American democracy, we can joyfully return to arguing over marginal tax rates and the role of government in healthcare, and all the other issues that define our politics for generations, said Craig Snyder, who leads a group called Haley Voters for Harris. That is true. You know, you should be able to argue, to debate about constitutional differences, about policy differences, without allowing personal opinions to get involved. That's what democracy is about. You have the right constitutionally to be for or against something. You have the right to state your opinion. America is not an autocracy. We don't have a dictator here in America. We don't have a king. We don't have individuals here who decide who can run for office. When Shirley Chisholm, in the early 70s, decided to become the first woman and the first black woman to throw her hat in the presidential race, he even knew, she said herself, that she was going to win. She said, but she wanted women everywhere to know that even if you decided to enter the race, that you have that right constitutionally here in America. Snyder's group recently received a cease and desist letter from former South Carolina Nikki Haley, who unsuccessfully ran for the Republican nomination, noting Harris's record as a former prosecutor. Snyder said he's trying to make the case for Harris to former Haley supporters and other center-right voters that Harris and Walsh will govern from the center-left. First of all, I don't have no respect for Nikki Haley anyway. None. She's another racist. Trump should have just picked her. She's just as bad as Walsh. What? It's a stipulated fact. And she has a nerve. Her and some of these Republicans have a nerve who have been entitled with so many things educationally and financially and set-asides and etc. And they're against minority set-asides when they use affirmative action. Clarence Thomas used affirmative action to get to where he got to on the United States Supreme Court and then voted to destroy it. What a hypocrite he is. We don't have no respect for Clarence Thomas. We don't even like him. So since he doesn't like us, we don't like him. See, I don't have a problem saying it. He voted to destroy affirmative action when he used affirmative action to get to where he is today. And everything that Anita Hill said about him was absolutely true. And then some. Professor, the esteemed Professor Anita Hill. Whether people like the truth or not, just because somebody doesn't like something, it doesn't mean it's a lie. Just like people who come on my page, they have a right to their opinions. I don't necessarily have to agree with them. That's why I don't censor them. That's why I don't turn off the comment section. I welcome your opinion. You have a constitutional right to come on this program. You can say whatever you want about me. You can assault me. You can say Trump 2024, Trump 2028, Trump 2038. It doesn't matter with me because you have a right to your opinion. I don't stop you from having your opinion on my YouTube channel. It's all good, baby. This is America. This is what America is about. Freedom of speech. Whether you like somebody or not, people can say and do what did you, just like somebody just said, blacks for Trump. I don't have a problem with that. If you black and you want to vote for Trump, hey, vote your conscience, baby. Vote it. As I said before, all comments are welcomed on this channel, for and against. It's all good with me. I'm not turning my comment section off like some people do because they can't handle the pressure. Oh, I can handle it. I was built tough in the hood, in the ghetto. I came up the hard way, so you can't hurt my feelings. Right back at you. Now, let's get on with this article from NPR. Speakers also sought to cast themselves rather than Trump supporters as the true inheritors of the GOP tradition, invoking former Republican presidents including Ronald Reagan and the Bushes. Austin Weatherford, National Republican Engagement Director for the Harris campaign, noted that President George W. Bush had described Trump as weird before Waltz applied the term to the Republican nominee. Rena Shire, a political strategist and former RNC delegate, framed a key voting issue for Democrats this year, abortion rights, and language designed to appeal to small government conservatives. Shire referred to a draconian ban supported by Republicans in multiple states since the overturning of Roe versus Wade in 2022. When I see that happening, I think it's antithetical to the Republican Party I came up in, she said. I don't want the government in my backyard, my bedroom, my bank account, and certainly not in the medical exam room. Overcoming the fear of stigma and rejection from Republican loved ones also emerged as a key theme. Rosario Mann, who served as U.S. Treasurer under President George W. Bush, described voting for Trump as unacceptable, but acknowledged that voting for a Democrat may cause strained relationships with some people. And that's okay. You know how many family members get in fights over this political season, and they won't talk to each other, won't come together for family gatherings. They'll hate each other. Why? Because somebody in the family is a MAGA supporter, somebody is a Trump supporter, somebody is a Democrat. Family is family. There shouldn't be no labels on family. And at the end of the day, these billionaires don't give a damn about you or me. This is a game to them. Divide and conquer. This is what they love to do. Divide and conquer. They play the race card all day and all night. Blacks against whites, whites against blacks, black and white against Latino, Mexicano, against Jamaicans, against anybody that's not of an Anglo-Saxon origin. And only wise men and women can discern and think independently, consciously, within themselves. I don't let anybody think for me. I do my own thinking. I do my own reading and writing and researching. And I'm really good at it. I'll just tell you a stipulated fact. And that's one reason why, if I'm on a debate stage as a lawyer, once I graduate from law school, if I'm debating somebody, they better come prepared, because I'm going to damn sure do my homework and my best to obliterate my opponent on the debate stage. I ain't having no mercy on you. None whatsoever. So always remember, in America, if Republicans want to support Harris, if Democrats want to support Trump, if black people want to support Trump, and if white people want to support Harris, they have that right. It is not easy to vote outside your party, she said. You may lose friends, your neighbors may disagree with you, family gatherings may turn uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, and I can assure you that you will know in your heart that you did the right thing and that it's a worthwhile and noble cause. Former Illinois Representative Joe Walsh acknowledged that it takes a lot of courage for many Republicans to publicly break with their party, but argued it's necessary. You have to publicly out yourself. I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative, and I'm supporting Kamala Harris, Walsh said. It takes courage, but remember, Donald Trump is unfit to be president. And I'll tell you something, I may in the future vote for someone on the Republican side to become president. I'm not saying that I never won't, because I don't vote party. That's why I'm an independent voter. I vote my conscience. And there is going to come along a Republican candidate that's going to have a better plan, a better agenda, a better vision, a better purpose for America than the Democrats. But this year, the Democrats have the better plan, the better vision, and the better purpose. Organizers said more than 70,000 people joined the call live, where speakers urged Republican participants to get behind Harris through volunteering and publicly supporting her campaign. And what you'll find out happening in America, the divisiveness continues all around. But I say to my black brothers and sisters across this nation tonight, don't you forget about the civil rights movement. Don't forget about the price that was paid for us to have voting rights here in this country. Don't forget about the documentary PBS series, Eyes on the Prize. Watch it for yourself. Don't allow people to determine your place in your mind, consciously and subconsciously. Do your own reading, do your own writing, do your own research. And at the end of the day, make an informed decision. Never surrender, never quit.